Okay, welcome back everybody. It's a TheProSpartanGamer here, and we're on FIFA 15, and this is, well, it's the second episode in our FIFA 15 Everton Career mode. So I said to you that we would update you on transfers after you saw the intro. First of all, here is a list of players we've went for who we haven't ended up getting, or deals of people coming in for us who have gone wrong. So I'm quickly going to whiz through all of these, and then we'll show you the ones we have been successful in. So we went in for El Shaarawy, estimated worth 8 million, but they wanted miles more than that, so we didn't end up getting anywhere with that one. Moussa Dembele from Tottenham, again we did put in 10 million, but they were still pushing for 15, 16, the greedy bastards from Tottenham there. No surprise there with them being a bit tight for the old money. We had offers for McCarthy, 7.5 million. We wanted more than that, so that broke down. We did go for Swansea's Ashley Williams at the back. We didn't offer much more than 4.5. They wanted 6, so that broke down. The club rejected a deal. We went in for Marshall as a second goalie to back up Tim Howard. He ended up, I think he might be on his way to Napoli or somewhere like that. This was another one, Calvin from Porto. We had a very good early bid accepted of just over £1 million, which we thought was a good deal for a young up and coming right winger. And it all went pear-shaped because Schalke from Germany came in and ended up paying a ridiculous amount of money for him, 4.5 mil, I think. Likewise with Babacar, we had a pacey striker. We had a good chance of getting him, and it all went wrong. Man City came in for him. Andres Townsend ended up going to Newcastle. Butland, they wanted ridiculous money for him as a young goalie. Again, Kasper Schmeichel, backup goalie. He ended up going, I think it was him that actually went to Napoli, not Marshall. I think Marshall was on his way to Marseille or somewhere. And then we pulled out of these at the end because they just wanted too much money. Loan deal we fought for Kingsley Coman from Juventus may have gone through, but we went elsewhere in the end. We did have a look at Abdul Tarat. We did have a look at Ed Ayer, this success story from Braga on last year's FIFA 14 career mode with Everton, and we did have a look at Asamoah, the left back or left winger from Juventus, but they wanted in excess of 20 million for him. So there was an awful lot of business going on. It would have just been far too much to have condensed into an episode to have showed you. So the easiest thing now is to show you what we have done and who has left the club and who we've signed in. So obviously the top three, Samuel Eto'o, Romelu Lukaku and Gareth Barry, were deals done in real life. So they're just showing on there because I suppose there's players that have been bought into the club this year. But from then onwards, it's what we've done. And you know, we said we had a lot of people we were going to put up for sale and see what happened. Well, it absolutely went crazy with the amount of business we've managed to do, because people just came in for everybody who was up for sale. One or two that we may not have sold, we have let go as well. So let's just show you. So Stephen Pienaar was one that we said he's not getting any younger, so we would look to move him on if we could. He was on quite a big offer, big deal, 70 odd grand a week. So we let him go for 4.5 million, which was about market value we felt for him, and with the wages coming back as well, we felt that was a good deal for us. He's gone to Valencia. We didn't really want to get rid of Phil Jagielka, but QPR offered 7.5 million. So we decided to let him go and took a chance that we would bring people in. Big people come into the club now. William Carvalho from Sporting Lisbon. I think we've got a bit of a snip really. He's only cost us 12 mil and 50 grand a week for 4 years. Now we wouldn't have gone for him, but because of the amount of people that we got rid of and the money we got in for the likes of Pienaar and Jagielka, we decided to bring him in and push the boat out. Sebastian Giovinco, player that I like in all football games. If anybody's watched my videos, and anybody who knows me will know this as well. So we've gone for him, and we've got him in for 5.2 mil. Yes, we're paying him quite big dollars, 85 a week, but we think he can do a role in games that perhaps Bartley isn't playing in, or in different formations. Him and Etu in behind Lukaku's quite a mouth-watering prospect, really. Nastasic from Man City has come in for 6.8 mil to replace the departing Phil Jagielka. I think that's good business. He's only 21, he's already 77 rated. Less money as well a week than Jagielka, only on 60, so that's good business. My player of FIFA 14 was Victor Wanyama, and we've managed to get him back in, and we've got him back in cheap. 4.5 mil. 42 grand a week. You can't go wrong with Victor Wanyama coming in, boosting the midfield, and I'll tell you why in a minute. This is one from left field, really. Diego Capel from Sporting Lisbon. We probably wouldn't have gone for him. He's 26, so he's a bit older than we would have liked to have gone for. We bought him in for 6.2 mil. 66 grand a week, but the reason being is that Christian Atsu, the loanee from Chelsea, has gone down with an ankle injury and is going to be out for upwards of 2 months. So it left us without a real left winger. So we went out and got Capel. We did look at a few different ones, but he came in, and we're quite excited by the prospect of him being in on a permanent deal. Right, a few that's gone out. We said we wouldn't mind getting rid of Garen Gibson. He's gone to Newcastle for exactly 5 million and 70 grand's worth of wages off the budget as well, which is fantastic. Aruna Kone, good money as well. Torino came in 4.6 million. He's only worth 4.3, and again, hefty lump off the wages with 60 grand. Leon Osman, he went for what he was worth really to Sampdoria. Good deal there. We were very delighted for Leicester to pay 1.6 million for Antonin Alcaraz. Delighted to get rid of him. So as you can see, we've got rid of a few. Young defender coming in who's got bundles of pace and strength, and that's a Corey from Aston Villa. We've paid 5 million, which is probably a little hot considering he's only estimated worth at 1.5. But he's only 35 grand a week, so it sort of balances it up between the wages and the salary there. That we think that's a decent deal. So basically, Alcaraz and Jagielka have left the defence, and we've managed to bring in Nastasic and Akori, which is pretty decent. In striking terms, if you're just looking on this page, Kone's gone, and we've managed to bring in Giovinco. We've lost Gibson and Osman from the centre midfield. We've brought in Calvario and Wanyama, and obviously Capel's come in for the departing or the injured Atsu. So basically like for like replacements, nothing different there. Tony Hibbert has left. He's gone to West Ham for 850. Thank you very much, Tony. Maguire Gaby had nothing to do with. He's left before we come. Right, this is where it gets a bit interesting. We put Joel Robbins up for sale. Aston Villa came in and offered 1.6. We let him go. So we are a bit light at the moment for a second goalie still. Then a couple punts from left field for very cheap money. We had this guy, John Valoy, in Ultimate Team on FIFA. Colombian midfielder. So we've punted for him, and we've given him a bit of a deal. 1.5 million, but only 9 grand a week for 4 years. Hopefully he's going to be a surprise package. He's only 22, 23 years old. So we're looking for bright things from him. Anthony Marshall from Monaco. We only had him for a few games in last year's, and he was electric and a youngster. And again, we think that's a good bit of business. 3.2 million and only 7 grand a week. We've got him in. So there's a couple really that are going to be floating around playing Europa League games. Maybe the odd, game in the Premier League off the bench, but maybe, they're not going to be major first team players. But I like to have a few youngsters in beneath the squad as well. So they're two interesting signings. Obviously, Velius departing, nothing to do with me. We've bought in Taylor Blackett on a loan just to have a look at him. Just really, if we want to go with 3 at the back, maybe. and Diston is probably going to be retiring at the end of the season, so we're looking at options, just a bit more cover back there, but it was nothing really to bring him in. He's only on a loan of £6 a week, so it's not costing us hardly anything to have a look at Taylor Blackett from Man United on a loan deal. Colin McCartney's gone out on loan, so has Brendan Galloway just on a short-term loan, and so has Pennington on a short-term loan. So that's basically what we've done. So probably those couple youngsters there are surplus, if you like, are probably added to the depth of the squad, which was vital that we did that with the amount of footballers coming out of the Europa League. Robbins is the one we still need to replace. We've still got about 6 million left and 60,000 a week wages, so we've done well really. We started with 19 million. We've got some good players and we've got rid of the dead wood out of the squad in terms of a football computer game. I don't want people saying, oh, Pienaar, Gibson, Osman, or Jagielka, how can you say they've done nothing for Everton and you're just getting rid of them? I don't feel like that in real life, okay? But for the sake of a computer game, the old players that probably haven't got a lot of pace are not going to help you achieve anything on FIFA. So we're looking for younger, fresher blood who are going to develop with pace. So we're thinking the starting side with the default formation will be that one at the moment you see in front of him. So Nastasic coming in alongside Stones at centre back. William Cavario and McCarthy got the roles in the middle at the moment, but obviously Wanyama will be pushing for that, and maybe even Gareth Barry. Diego Capel gets the gig on the left hand side because Atsu's injured. Morales or Magidi could play on the right, and then up top we've obviously got Lukaku, could be Eto'o, Bartley in behind, but that could be any one of Eto'o, Giovinco or Anthony Martial. We have played around with the team sheets. There's one with 3 at the back, Corey, Stones and Nastasic. That's with Lukaku up front and Eto'o and Giovinco flanking him. I quite like the look of that one. That's quite a good positive sort of Christmas tree shape, but I like that one. And then we've got a basic 4-4-2 with Cavario, Wanyama and McCarthy in the middle, and Bartley or Giovinco in behind, and Lukaku and Eto'o. That one very much depends on the fullbacks pushing forward though. They would definitely have to push forward, so they are overlapping in that formation. And then you've got one, I say young guns, but obviously there's Magidi, Naismith and the like they're playing, but that's one that we might look to put out in Europa League football, things like that. Okay, so that's where we are with it all at the moment. The other thing I just wanted to tell you was I did go back and do a couple alterations to the teams we were playing in the Europa League, just to make it a little bit more realistic with the Europa League competition. So we have now managed to get in the Europa League. Let's just see if we can show you. We have now, they're not all totally accurate, obviously that one isn't, but we've managed to get Wolfsburg in there, and the Russian side who Everton are playing as well. I can't say it, there's no point me trying to say it either. There they are, FC Krasnodar from Russia. So two of the Europa League sides that Everton have got on here are actually sides they're playing in real life, Wolfsburg and Krasnodar. So not bad. Like, that's taken a bit longer going through the squad and everything else. So I think I'm going to leave that as episode 2 of this FIFA career mode. And mark my words, we're nearly at the end of the window. We need to bring in another goalie to replace Joe Robbins. That's the priority now, between now and the end of the window, really, with the little bit of money we've got left. But next up in episode 3, you will see us start the Premier League season with an away trip to the Walkers Stadium and Leicester, and a couple other highlights as well, probably in the same episode. So yeah, lots of business done, lots of good business done. Hopefully you think that we're going in the right direction with that squad, and I'll catch you very soon. Cheers dudes, stay safe, Pro Spartan Gamer, good night.